Hey ladies, welcome back to part 3 of this Ruth mini Bible series. So far in our first video, if you guys haven't seen it, I would recommend to go back. Part 1, we talked about Ruth having loyalty. And then in my second video, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend to go back. We talked about Ruth being hardworking. And now this third characteristic, last but not least, is Ruth being humble. Oof, when I read this, I was really convicted because I came from a season where I wasn't so humble, guys. And I want to always be open and transparent about this relating to me. I know before, a lot of the time, I couldn't connect with the Bible because I couldn't see how it would really relate to my life. I'm like, these characters lived so long ago and they were working out in fields. We don't really work out in fields now. I'm not riding a donkey. I have a cell phone. But as I see the character traits of Ruth and all these Bible characters, I realize that they're not as different as we are. When Ruth had this moment, and soon I'll read the scripture, a humble moment, a thankful moment, a moment where she went above and beyond for the help that was being extended to her, or the way that a certain person saw her, the way that she was able to have that grace and that attitude was something that convicted me. And so a backstory is that I had been in a leadership position at my old church and I loved it and it was amazing, but I started to just not be humble. I was started having the prideful moments where I was like, I have this position, I have this title, I'm amazing. I know even in church it happens. And if you weren't cool, then you were whatever. If you weren't part of the group, which I didn't really have a group, but then I thought I was better than you. And I didn't vocally ever say it, but it's an internal thing. It's a mindset. It's an attitude. The way I would act. The way I would treat others. The way that I was perceiving myself and my position and thinking that that's what made me great. So when I saw Ruth in this moment, it really touched my heart and said, okay, I really do need to change some things. Because how many of you know that it's not an external thing? It's not about me changing my clothes or my makeup or my hair or whatever it is. It's a heart thing. It's a posture of saying, why do I act like this when I have a title or a position? Why do I think that I would be better than anyone else? Why would I exclude anyone else? And if I ever want to really help people like I say I want to, if I really want to love and care for people and be genuine follower of Jesus, then it all starts with the heart. See, when God comes, He comes for your heart. Because you can change all your exterior, and I've done that before. But my heart is where it wasn't right. That's where I didn't have peace. That's where the war raged within me. And not until I knew the truth and I started being at God's feet did I realize, in God's feet, what I mean by that is reading more of His Word, hearing sermons, being part of community, doing a daily devo, worshiping, those things. Then I'm understanding who I am in Him and who He is and the way He operates. And so when it came a moment and I read this about Ruth, I thought, wow, it's not about position, it's about what was in her heart. You can tell it was a pure heart because of the way that when this help was extended, she didn't feel entitled. She said, who am I that you would see me? So we are going to be in Ruth. Let me get the scripture, guys, for you. Okay, so it says in Ruth 2:10, She dropped to her knees, then bowed her face to the ground. How does this happen that you should pick me out and treat me so kindly, me a foreigner? And she's saying this to the landowner. And let me read before what the landowner, so his name is Boaz, and he saw her and he heard about her. And this is what he told her. Ruth 2:8-9. Then Boaz spoke to Ruth. Listen, my daughter, from now on don't go to any other field to glean. Stay right here in this one and stay close to my young women. Watch where they are harvesting and follow them. And don't worry about a thing. I've given orders to my servants not to harass you when you get thirsty. Feel free to go and drink from the water buckets that the servants have filled. And then let's go back to 10. She dropped to her knees, then bowed her face to the ground. How does this happen that you should pick me out and treat me so kindly? Me, a foreigner. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to insert Boaz. Boaz is the landowner of this field that she's been gleaning in and getting the food to survive for her and her mother-in-law. And so she hadn't met him before. She had been talking, when she asked for help, she had been talking to the landowner's probably right-hand man. And so the landowner Boaz comes and he sees Ruth and he's probably like, she doesn't look like most of the girls who are here. Who is she? So the landowner's Boaz's right hand told her about who Ruth was and how hard she'd been working. And so then imagine this, Boaz goes up to her like a gentleman is coming up to you and he's saying, hey, stay in this land. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to cover you. You go out and anything you need, I have it for you if you get thirsty, because I know it's hot out here. There's buckets. If they're not being kind to you and if the guys want to get, you know, a little frisky or they're trying to hit on you, I have told them not to, and I'm protecting you. And Ruth, what does she do? She falls on her knees. It wasn't like, oh, well, now the owner of the field seen me and I'm amazing and everybody should watch out. She said, thank you for treating me so kindly. Thank you for seeing me. Because like I told you before, it probably wasn't easy for her in the field, and it hadn't been easy for her in a while. So when kindness was extended, what can she do but just bow down and say thank you? Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for protecting me. It's been hard. And I feel like finally something good has happened. And I think that's the beauty of Scripture. That's the beauty of God seeing us in our most terrible state of hurt and pain and loss and devastation and everything that's been going on. And He says, I see you and I'm protecting you. So ladies, my encouragement to you and to myself is, let us be women who are humble, who are thankful for the blessings that we get, thankful when someone treats us kindly, thankful for all that we have. I know it's not easy, especially in this season where there's been maybe a loss of hope, a loss of dreams, maybe a loss of your joy, a loss of your peace, of what you had planned for your life, and maybe it didn't go that way. But that you would always remain humble and thankful and grateful for even the smallest thing. Even the smallest thing, as even you being able to see this, it means that you're alive. It means that there's another day for us. If you have food on the table, if you have a few close friends, if you have family, if you have a car, if you have a home, if you have kids, it's the small things to be grateful and thankful for, and that kills pride, and that keeps us humble and thankful and grateful for everything that God gives us. Thank you for being part of this mini Bible series. I pray for steady hands as you work diligently as unto the Lord. And I pray for your loyalty, that even in the midst of a storm, you would still rely on God and always know that He has you, and be loyal to Him. Be loyal to His word. Be loyal to the fact that He said He will never leave you nor forsake you. That He is your strength and He is your shield. He is your covering. He is your great reward. That you are chosen, that you are loved, that you are seen, that you are cared for, that you are protected, that you are safe in His arms, and that He will forever love you. And last but not least, that you are the apple of His eye. I think as ladies, we have a special place in His heart. I'm just saying for me. A really special place. And He knows how strong we are. And so I'm cheering for you, sister. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being amazing. Keep being awesome. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.